Hey everybody, Chris here. In this video, we're going to be talking about Dogecoin's price prediction for December and the end of 2022. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel, hit that little notification bell so you can be notified when my new videos come out, as well as when I do live streams. So we had a good reaction to Jerome Powell's comments yesterday regarding interest rates and maybe what they're calling a dovish approach, where the interest rates are not going to be raised as much in December. We'll find out at the FOMC meeting in a couple weeks. But for now, these early comments seem to think that, inflation is getting under control, although there's still talk about recession in the United States coming in 2023. I think that's already kind of a foregone conclusion, but Janet Yellen certainly isn't talking about that. She was on Stephen Colbert's late night show last night. Interesting. You should watch that on YouTube. Her interview. Talked a little bit about crypto on the interview, and she, of course, doesn't understand crypto at all. And of course, she, of course, would support the U.S. Treasury and thinks that that is the only currency that should be used in the United States. That's a given as well. But overall, the crypto market today seems to kind of be coming back into the red. Looks like a little bit of bearish now thoughts, a day later, kind of, is all this already priced in, this next raising of interest rates, even though it might only be 50 basis points instead of 75, it's still raising interest rates. We're also getting lagging indicators from the real estate market that I've been talking about, because that's always delayed when you get the actual data, because house deals are made a month or two prior to when the actual closings happen, if they happen. But we're hearing from a lot of the builders and developers that really slowing down on that front. Also, going into the winter in the United States, we typically see the real estate market take a breather anyway, but the end of the fall, the numbers are certainly down based on years prior. So all of that leading to Dogecoin. And where does Dogecoin go from here? Well, certainly there is a lot of excitement about Elon Musk and Twitter, and we'll talk about that. But also, just people don't want to sell their Dogecoin. So there's not a lot of selling pressure. Yeah, there's some bot trading and some others doing swing trading, and still some shorting happening anytime there's a spike. But if there is these slow, steady gains, if it just stays like that and there aren't any huge spikes, I think Doge is going to be okay. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at the charts where I show my prediction as well as some of the news I'm looking at. So I'll start here with the current Dogecoin chart, and here's Dogecoin kind of in the red right now. Like all cryptos, all that I'm watching are in the red right now, with Doge really fighting back this 10-cent line here, which is this blue line. So that's where we are right now in the moment as I'm recording this. But as always, I like to zoom out, right? When in doubt, zoom out. So here's how Dogecoin has been over the past week. So it has been a steady upward climb with good volume, and that good volume is what supports that climb. When we saw earlier in November the volume tick down, we saw Dogecoin kind of going sideways and trucking down a little bit. But if I zoom out a little more, you'll see this purple rising trend line here. And this rising trend line goes back to the time right before Elon Musk bought Twitter, when Doge was down at 6 cents here. Had that big run, of course, got shorted down, and there was some selling pressure as well, mostly coming out of the FTX deal that happened. And Doge did not come down to 6 cents. It only came down just above 7 cents, this yellow line. Traded back up with some more excitement about Elon, traded back down and still did not go below 7 cents. So this is a very strong resistance line at 7 cents. But I don't think Doge is going to be going that low. My next line of resistance here is 8.9. So if we do see the crypto market in early December start to have a big retracement, and that would be led by Bitcoin. Bitcoin now back under 17,000. If Bitcoin comes down and retest 16,000 or even down to 15.6, which right now is its yearly low, we could see Dogecoin probably not going below 8.9 cents. That was resistance back here in early November. And then when Dogecoin broke back above 9 cents, it came back, retested 8.9 before continuing up. So what I see now is I'll go to the daily, and on the daily chart, what we're going to look at here is where the target is. If Dogecoin can continue in an upward trend, and that would be Dogecoin maybe trading down a bit below 10 cents, but then continuing to trade up, and I'll trace this here, that if Dogecoin does come on down a little and retrace up, and it generally follows this upward trend again, and I'll tell you why I think there still is an upward trend, we may see some down spikes or something, but maybe come back up. My target here at the end of the year would be 12-cent Dogecoin. And I know people say, oh, I only 12 cents. Well, that is, again, whether Elon Musk, says something else about Dogecoin or not, may be the difference. But right now, this trend line, I think, is pretty strong. And again, if there isn't a whole crash of all of cryptos, that seems to be the trend that Dogecoin is following right now. So why do I think that? Well, a couple of news stories. One, Dogecoin price prediction. What's next for Dogecoin? Dropped 3% early hours of today's session. Dogecoin price has been in an aggressive bullish trend for more than a week. So that's what I was just showing. And just as the whole crypto industry continues to struggle following the collapse of FTX, investors have grown more confident in Dogecoin, with reports indicated it might have utility on the Twitter platform following the acquisition by one of its largest marketers, and that is Elon Musk. So we'll go to here to Cryptopolitan. However, there is, with Doge now dropping below 10.2, a little bit of some bearish dynamics. So there's a contrary story here about some bearish news, bearish trends that we could see being detected. And that's what this article is talking about. Again, next support is at 10.03, so that would be coming down to 10 cents. And as I showed, if we drop below that, we would be looking back in the 9s. So that would be looking at the lower end of the Bollinger Band here on this chart, where we would be looking possibly dropping, if it happens to drop below 9, probably would never go below 7, and 7 would be the lowest, as I showed on the charts there. So looking at Analytics Insight, Dogecoin's the future. And this is the most recent thing, the Doge Daddy feud, right? And this is with Apple. And this just happened over the past couple days. There was some threat that maybe Apple would remove Twitter from the Apple App Store after yesterday's tweet from Elon. He went to Apple Park, met with Tim Cook, and Tim was like, we were talking about removing Twitter from the App Store. So I think that is all in the past now, but there's still some questions raised about why Apple takes so much of a big chunk of the app revenue on their platform. This 30% number, that's quite a lot of the fee on all transactions via the App Store. That's almost a monopoly there. And Elon, I think he's kind of going to live with that for now, and we'll see what happens over time. But that may have an impact, though, on how cryptocurrency may work on the platform, because if it's done through the app and there are transactions being made on the app, does Apple still get its 30% chunk of that, whatever that is? And that could be a sticking point of having like a cryptocurrency like Dogecoin right on the app. And we'll talk about that more in my live streams. My next live stream will be Friday night. So that's something we're probably going to be exploring. Here's you today. Dogecoin solidifies its profitability as rate reaches 63%. This is great. I mean, this where Dogecoin is trading now in the 10s, That means over 63% of everyone who holds Dogecoin is in profit. And this is different than Bitcoin and Ethereum, which are both below 50%. That means more than half of the people that own Bitcoin and Ethereum are in the red, and they're down on their investment, where Doge is up over 63. So that is really good. And what we're seeing, again, a response to that is that people still don't want to sell their Dogecoin. Low volume trading, though, tends to be sideways unless there's other impacts by Bitcoin causing bigger drops. But remember, Elon Musk says that Dogecoin should be more currency-like. So this is what we're betting on, is Elon knows about Dogecoin being a currency, and this was dated back to June. So June 17th, 2022, Billy Marcus, a co-creator of Dogecoin, said, people actually use it for something beyond pump and dump, so it has a reason to exist. So that's Billy's point, is use it as a currency. And Elon Musk responded the next day on June 18th, more currency-like. So Elon said that in a tweet, knows about Dogecoin, knows its currency, has it on the Tesla merch store where you can buy like the cyber whistle when it's in stock with Dogecoin. So Elon knows how Doge can be used as currency. So that's what we're betting on, as well as, of course, there was the November 1st tweet of Floki, a Shiba Inu dog, with the little winky eye there. That little winking face is like, I think that Elon is looking out for the Doge community. And I thought that's what this was a little wink and nod for. Of course, it's all risky. Remembers, like, it's inevitable, the Dogecoin standard taking over the global financial system, which was a tweet of Elon's from a couple of years ago. That is still in play and won't be forgotten. And then, of course, this month with Twitter 2.0 and the slide deck from Elon's Twitter company talk, and there was this last slide here about payments on the Twitter app. Again, I think it's going to take a little while for this to come to fruition, but that is in the works, which is why I just don't think we're going to see huge spikes of Dogecoin between now and the end of the year, because I think this is something that's going to take a little time. So with this overall prediction, again, there's a lot of caveats there. Is Elon Musk going to tweet something particularly about Dogecoin? If that happens, then that goes back to what I was saying back in November, where there could be spikes up over 20 cents. And we could see that. But right now, I don't think between now and the end of the year, we're going to see that from Elon. That's kind of my guess right now. So my end of the year prediction is a little bit subdued from where I was when I made my video back in the beginning of November for my November price prediction. However, overall, I think the sentiment is good for Dogecoin, and that we're not going to see one of these huge drops. Dogecoin is still doing much better than Bitcoin in terms of where it was from the June lows. So that's good as well. Let me know in the comments below what you think about my end of the year prediction, and what do you think the end of the year prediction is going to be for Dogecoin. Give the video a like. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I appreciate the support. We'll see you next time.